Hello, beautiful people. My name's Lynda Gaiao, and I wanted to chat to you today about the give and receive dynamic. The give receive dynamic is something that I have noticed coming up with entrepreneurs who are in the healing and teaching space, who are light workers. You see, they are extremely giving people. They're naturally giving. They come from the heart space and they love giving, and they just take so much joy and so much pleasure in giving to people around them. And they're there to help and to serve. It's in their, it's almost like it's in their DNA, it's in their energy code to be givers. Now, the issue that comes up for people in this space is very often they don't have enough clients. They don't have the steady flow of clients coming to their space. And I believe that it's really linked to this give and receive dynamic. You see, when you're a natural giver and you're consistently giving and sharing and always wanting to help people, you set up this energetic pattern, this stream of energy that really has a one-way flow. It's always going out and it's very seldom coming in. And when you actually try to give to healers and people that are natural givers, you can often just see them kind of shrink away. They just really struggle to receive. They struggle to be on the receiving end and to welcome in that energy, and they will dismiss it so quickly and say, you know what, actually I'm fine, I'll be okay, thank you, but I don't really need that right now. And so there's this dynamic where they love giving and sharing, but when it comes the other way, they're like, oh, I can't accept that. Now, you might be identifying with this, and there's many healers and people in that space of teaching and light working that have this dynamic. And on an energetic level, if you're wanting to attract clients into your space, but you're only a giver and not a receiver, you're almost pushing clients away from you. You're holding them out of your space. And what we want to get you to is to have this beautiful flow of energy where you give and you receive equally, and you allow the energy in and you give it out. If you're a healer and you're a mom and you're a partner to somebody and you always giving, and it's your natural way, I can fully understand why receiving can be hard for you. But what I have seen, that if this pattern goes on for a really long time, ultimately it leads to resentment. It leads to anger, even this feeling of, I'm always giving and I never get anything back. Now, as healers and teachers and light workers, that the inner work is where we always need to start. This is our home base. We always need to be going back into here and checking in with what's going on. And so this is where I'm going to encourage you to start. And when we are able to give to ourselves, when we are able to nourish ourselves, we start changing this energy dynamic. And when we start it in here, we can start to expand it outwards and outwards. So we get to this beautiful space. We have this receiving and giving energy dynamic in our field. So starting with yourself, over the next little while, what I encourage you to do is to journal or to write down 50 ways of how you can give to yourself. And it doesn't need to be anything that costs money, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It can just be these really simple, small things that when you do them for yourself, you feel amazing and you feel like you've been on the receiving end of your own love, where you've been able to give love to yourself. Perhaps you are very critical or judgmental of yourself. You can just start to monitor those thoughts and start to flip them. Change a critical statement into a positive, affirming statement. Perhaps a cup of tea, while you're in bed in the mornings is something that really feels beautiful for you. Then do that. Perhaps a beautiful bath with Epsom salts is a really giving and loving thing for you. Then do that. And each one of us is unique, and you need to understand what feels giving and to you, where you can receive your own giving and start incorporating that into your life. And what you'll start noticing is, as you create this beautiful receiving energy for yourself, you expand it a little bit outwards, and then you'll start noticing that people around you that perhaps were always takers start to become givers, and they start giving to you. And instead of shirking away like, I can't receive that, if you've really spent the time to give to yourself, you're going to be in an energy space of receiving. So when someone starts to give to you, you can accept that in. And if you're really aware of this give and receive dynamic, and you notice how you shirk away from people giving to you, when they start coming into your space and wanting to give to you, you can just have this awareness of, do you push it away, or is there this willingness to allow it to come in, that starts coming into your space. And before you know it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to expand that energy even further out, and you're going to be in the receiving space to receive clients and be grateful and accepting and allow them to come into your space rather than shirking it away. And remember, a lot of this stuff happens unconsciously, because we've got ourselves into this pattern over years and years of giving. So we really need to consciously make some, have an intention to start to notice, to become aware, to give more to ourselves. And with that intention, we bring things up to the conscious level, and that's when we can work on them, and we can start to change that dynamic and really allow this receiving energy to come into our space. If you've got any stories to share, or any juicy little things that you did, or any beautiful practices that came up for you, which just allowed your heart to be full of love and joy, please share them. I'd love to hear about them. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. My name's Lynda Gaiao, and I'm here to connect you to your heart so that you can hear the messages of your soul. Namaste, beautiful people.